Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Rosa here of Splat Communications. Before we start, may we request not to skip ads. Sending stars, super stickers, and super thanks go a long way in helping us and those who we help. Thank you. Go ahead, partner Wina.
Magandang araw po sa lahat. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Wina po ulit ng Splat Communications. Atin pong hihimayin ngayon at aalamin kung napako nga ba ang mga pangako ni President BBM sa kanyang unang State of the Nation Address o Sona noong nakaraang taon. This is part 1. Simulan na po natin.
I come before you today to address you as it is my duty as President of the Republic. We live in difficult times brought about by some forces of our own making, but certainly also by forces that are beyond our control. But we have and we will continue to find solutions, and these are some of them. In terms of the economy, we will implement a sound fiscal management. Tax administration reforms will be in place to increase revenue collection.
Tumaas ng 10% ang nakolektang buwis ng pamahalaan mula nakaraang taon.
Talaga naman pagka BIR ang tumawag, present lahat. Hindi lamang yung mga malalaking negosyante, hindi lamang yung hanggang presidente, present. Basta dahil totoo naman, the BIR provides the lifeblood of government.
Maraming bagay po ang pinapagtunay nito. Una, sumisigla na ang ating ekonomiya, marami ng negosyo ang unti-unting umaahon at ikalawa, sumusuporta ang mamamayan at negosyante sa pamahalaan ni Pangulong BBM.
In 2022, 115 cases were filed with the Department of Justice, amounting to 5.1 billion pesos in tax liability, while 38 cases were filed with the Court of Tax Appeals, amounting to an estimated 5.32 billion pesos in estimated tax liability. To strengthen the imposition of administrative sanctions with the Oplan Candado program, you have brought more than 550 million pesos to the government coffers.
Expenditure priorities will be realigned and spending efficiency will be improved to immediately address the economic scarring arising from the effects of COVID-19 and also to prepare for future shocks.
Ilang lang ito na nagpapakita ng pagprioridad ng paggasta ng pamahalaan sa iba't ibang programang makakatulong sa mga mamamayan.
Productivity-enhancing investments will be promoted. Our country must become an investment destination.
At nangyayari na nga po ito. Foreign at local investment approvals ay tumaas na mahigit 155% sa unang 3 buwan ng 2023 pa lamang. Ito ay nakapagbigay ng trabaho sa mahigit na 16,000 Pilipino. Mula 12th place ay lumundag sa 3rd place ang Pilipinas sa Investor Relations Index sa buong Asia-Pacific region. Maging ang mga respetadong financial at economic organizations ay napakanda ng gradong ibinigay sa Pilipinas. Maging ang negosyanteng dating kritiko ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. noong panahon ng kampanya ay maganda na ang pananaw. You see challenges of jobs, income, but still opportunities through investments are happening through the different interventions via government and even interests coming from the private sector.
Capitalizing on the corporate recovery and tax incentives for enterprises with the CREATE law and economic liberalization laws such as the Public Service Act and the Foreign Investments Act. Ecozones will be fully supported to bring in strategic industries such as those engaged in high-tech manufacturing, health and medical care, and all emerging technologies. This is also seen to facilitate economic growth outside of Metro Manila.
Ang investment sa New Clark City ay umabot na ng 95 billion pesos.
Through information and communications technology, the Bureau of Customs will promote streamlined processes.
Tumaas ang koleksyon ng Bureau of Customs ng 12.1% Enero hanggang Mayo ng kasalukuyang taon. 359.3 billion pesos.
The medium-term fiscal strategy of this administration seeks to attain short-term macro-fiscal stability while remaining supportive of the country's economic recovery and to promote medium-term fiscal sustainability.
Atin pong basahin at pakinggan ang tinuran ni Emma Alain Auclair na head ng Global Banking of Canada ukol dito.
The Philippines has been one of the most dynamic economies in the region. The solid macroeconomic fundamentals reinforce the structural reforms, enabling it to withstand the headwinds and mount a strong recovery. July 2023 Philippine Economic Briefing. Toronto, Canada.
Furthermore, and more importantly, fiscal policy aims to bring together the national government's resources so that these are mobilized and utilized in order to gain the maximum benefit and the high multiplier effects for our economy.
With the signing of the MIF Act, the administration is set to prepare the implementing rules and regulations for the creation of the Maharlika Investments Corporation, which will act as the sole vehicle for the purpose of mobilizing and utilizing the MIF for investments in transactions to generate optimal returns on investments. The fund is targeted to be invested in a wide range of assets, including foreign currencies, fixed income instruments, domestic and foreign corporate bonds, joint ventures, mergers and acquisitions, real estate and high-impact infrastructure projects, and projects that contribute to the attainment of sustainable development.
Measurable medium-term macroeconomic and fiscal objectives include the following headline numbers. These are based on forecasts that are consistent with the guiding principles of coherence of strategies, policy discipline, and fiscal sustainability. 6.5 to 7.5% real gross domestic product growth in 2022.
Sa pagtatapos ng taong 2022, tinansya ni Pangulong BBM noong kanyang unang Sona na ang ekonomiya ng Pilipinas ay lalago ng hanggang 7.5% lamang, ngunit ito ay nalampasan pa sa 7.6%. Amazing! Lahat ng mga eksperto sa buong mundo ang nagtantya na hanggang 6.5 lamang ang kayang ilago ng ating ekonomiya, ngunit mali silang lahat.
6.5 to 8% real GDP growth annually between 2023 and 2028.
On track ang Pilipinas sa target nitong real GDP growth rate para sa taong ito gaya ng nabanggit ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. Sa unang quarter pa lang ng 2023 ay nakapagtala na ang Pilipinas ng 6.4% na paglago ng ekonomiya.
9% or single-digit poverty rate by 2028. 3% national government deficit to GDP ratio by 2028. Less than 60% national government debt to GDP ratio by 2025. At least $4,256 US income per capita and the attainment of upper middle income status by 2024.
Yan ang isa sa salitang nakapagpatindig ng balahibo ng maraming eksperto sa ekonomiya. Na ang Pilipinas ay magiging upper income economy na. Amazing!
The economists are projecting that the Philippines will become an upper middle income country by 2024 to 2025. So, if that's so, we are elevating ourselves into a new category and obviously offers a lot of opportunities to investors, to joint venture partners, and manufacturers. And also because the administration is liberalizing so many sectors to enable other foreign nationals to invest in the Philippines. Chairman, Philippines-Singapore Business Council.
I think the momentum and tailwinds are favorable for the Philippines. I genuinely think that for several reasons the remainder of this decade is really Philippines' time.
The Philippines will grow at its potential this year and the next and on track of its goal to become an upper-middle-income country. Country Director, Asian Development Bank.
I think when it comes to growth, the Philippine economy is in Olympic shape. And within 2 years, prediction shows that this country will reach upper-middle-income status. That is significant. And I think when we get there, the country can look back and be proud of what was accomplished. World Bank Group.
The aforementioned headline goals summarize the objectives of this medium-term fiscal strategy being submitted to Congress for its adoption and concurrence to the concurrent resolution by the Senate and House of Representatives. Once adopted, the MTFF will become an anchor for the annual spending and financing plan of the national government and Congress when preparing the annual budget and undertaking related appropriation activities. It is therefore a forward-looking document that extends beyond the traditional 3-year horizon to reach 6 years, coinciding with the 6-year coverage of the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028.
Dahil sa Philippine Development Plan ni Pangulong BBM, from 2023 to 2028 ay gumulong na at lumaki rin ang kita ng Development Bank of the Philippines. Mag-i-invest ito sa maraming proyekto ng pamahalaan.
The MTFF also promotes transparency and credible commitment to pursue the indicated social macroeconomic goals that optimize the government budget. Medium-term growth targets and the assumptions regarding key macroeconomic variables underpin the medium-term fiscal plan. The recent past and the COVID-19 pandemic has beset the macroeconomic environment with challenges and a series of external shocks. Inflation has accelerated in recent months due largely to significant increases in international prices of oil and other key commodities. Still, the economic growth momentum remains firm, as demonstrated by the strong 2022 first quarter GDP growth at 8.3%. However, the recovery process from the impact of the pandemic is still ongoing, amid elevated uncertainty in the international economic environment. Revisions in the macroeconomic assumptions incorporate these challenges and most recent economic developments, leading to upward adjustments in the following: inflation rate for 2022 to 2023,
Ang napakataas ng inflation rate o pagtaas ng halaga ng mga presyo ng binibiling produkto ay naibaba mula sa pinakamataas na antas na 8.7% noong Enero ng kasalukuyang taon ay naibaba na sa 5.6% nitong nakaraang buwan ng Hunyo.
foreign exchange rate for 2023 to 2025, and goods and services imports growth for 2022. The economy is expected to grow by 6.5 to 7.5% this year as we continue to reopen the economy while considering the recent external developments. In the first quarter alone, GDP saw an increase in household consumption and private investments, along with a robust manufacturing industry, high vaccination rate, improved healthcare capacity, and an upward trend in tourism and employment. This is expected to continue for the rest of the year.
Patuloy ang pagbaba ng bilang ng ating mga kababayan na dati ay wala o nawalan ng hanap buhay dahil sa pandaigdigang pandemya. Pinakamababa ang unemployment rate na ito sa Pilipinas sa loob ng 17 taon. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas! Dito po muna namin pansamantalang puputulin ang video ukol sa paghihimay ng unang Sona at mga pangkasalukuyang accomplishment ng pamahalaan ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. Ilan lang po iyan at sadyang marami pa po kaming hindi na isama. Sana po ay nakatulong kaming makapagbigay linaw at tamang impormasyon sa mga pagsusumikap ng ating mahal na Pangulo para sa ating mga Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.